when you want.
Well, the way I look at it is the most important issues facing the city are the most intractable. And what I have decided to do is to focus on things that I think can be accomplished, notwithstanding the important larger issues that I will now describe. The fundamental issue in this city is the fact that we have a city government that's controlled by a city manager who has inordinate power and has been in that position for 35 years, as I said in one of my candidate questionnaires, longer than Mubarak. And we have a lot of wealth to show, which has been discussed, but there's something missing in the city. And what's missing is democratic community participation in decision making, in policy making, in setting the priorities for the city, and even in setting priorities for the budget. There are cities in the United States that are experimenting with participatory budgeting, for example, and I think there's at least one city councilor who's interested in that idea. So that's item number one, but it's intractable. I don't see that changing. So I think a realistic person looks at this situation and thinks, what can be accomplished by a city council in light of this? Because there's never going to be a majority of the city council who are going to vote to get rid of the current city manager. He will leave when he decides he's ready to. The second issue has to do with development. We are facing another tsunami of development that's coming in Kendall Square and between MIT and Central Square. And we need to be aware of what the implications and the scope of the proposals are that MIT in particular are putting forward. And we need to have mechanisms of deciding what kind of a city we want to live in, what kind of a community do we want to live in, and what does that mean in terms of how we put parameters around the scope and the nature of this next wave of mostly commercial development. So what I've chosen to focus on are things like people riding their bikes on the sidewalk. But what I think the biggest issues are the issues that are actually the toughest to get a handle on.